Up Late with Johnny Potenza is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Coming to you live from the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's Up Late with Johnny Potenza. Welcome the host of Up Late, Johnny Potenza.
All right. Yeah. That's what I like to hear. The whole 2 dozen of you did a lot of peace. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Up Late Show. I am Johnny Potenza. Yeah. We got a low audience, but it sounds like we got a full house. So we're going to have a really good show for you tonight. Summer's almost here. How's everybody doing? Good? Yeah. All right, good. So, all right, let's just go on with it. Our first guest up tonight, he's hailing from Brooklyn. He's a comedian, he's an author, and he's an actor. We have Mario Bosco in the house. Yeah. From the Garden State, you've seen him on The Sopranos, currently on Mob King. We have actor Artie Pasquale. Yeah. And he took a long trip from the other side of the island just to get here. He's an Elvis Presley tribute artist. We have the one and only Richie Santa. Yeah. And that's it. So I'm going to sit down, talk a couple of minutes, and then we're going to bring on our guest. You know, this is the first time I actually opened up a Manhattan special that didn't blow up on me. The last couple, I don't know what it is, the last couple of shows have been blowing up. Summer's right around the corner, and I can't wait. So what is everybody going to be doing for the Easter weekend? Any plans? Come on, what are you guys, dead? What is this, the Uncle Floyd show? Oh, I said that on the last one. So, all right, my first guest up tonight, we're going to bring him right up and not waste any more time, because if I don't bring somebody up, I think the audience is going to fall asleep, and I'm going to go home. So let's give it up straight from Brooklyn, the one and only Mario Bosco.
Staten Island, how are we doing tonight? Make some noise. We're good? All right. Yeah, I'm not. I'm so mad. You have no idea. I ordered an Uber to get here. The guy shows up. He rolls down his window and says to me, "I can't take you." I was like, "Why not?" He said, "I forgot the car seat." Oh, nothing. Come on. Yeah. Then I walking into this place, a bunch of kids ran up to me, and they were like, oh my God, can I have your autograph?" And I was like, yeah. I was like, "Have you seen my TikToks?" They were like, "No." One little bastard jumps up and goes, "We play your video game." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "You're Sonic the Hedgehog." But I do have some amazing news for you all today, folks. I got a call from ABC TV, and they want me to be your next bachelor. Thank you. Yes, they said to tune in this season on Nickelodeon. Come on, guys. Wake up. Imagine me your next bachelor, a half-stack man with the kind of voice RuPaul would kill for? Speaking of voices, everywhere I go, they call me ma'am, ma'am, hey ma'am. Oh my God, it's so annoying. I was in Vegas, and the pit boss goes, ma'am, hey ma'am, you forgot your purse. I said, fuck you, keep it. Yeah. But, this has been happening my whole life, guys, since I was born. Yes, when I was born, the doctor said to my father, congratulations, Mr. Bosco. You have a beautiful 3-pound baby girl. The nurse nudged the doctor and said, it's a boy. I guess you didn't see my big brajol. Oh, you got that one standing out, huh? Philip Morris, the tobacco company. Who remembers Philip Morris smoking? Yes? Yeah. Yes, Philip Morris also reached out to me asking if they could put my photo on packages of cigarettes. I was like, yes, I'm your new Marlboro man. Yeah, let's not all get carried away. I read the slogan, this is what happens to your baby while smoking during pregnancy. Oh, none. So I'll tell you why I'm like this. I'm like this because my mother got drunk in Disney World and had sex with Mickey Mouse. Oh, wow, yeah, I said the same thing. Oh, wow. I said, thank God she didn't fuck the 7 dwarfs. When people ask me, who's your daddy, I say, M-I-C. Wow, you know him, huh? That's my papa. I do gotta say, we got a lot of beautiful ladies in the house tonight. I got no luck with women, no luck. Last night, I took out this tall, beautiful blonde. Oh, I not only ordered one, I ordered 2 Happy Meals. Yeah, she wasn't too happy. I even gave her my toy. That bitch. And that's the last time I dated a paid escort. Yeah. My mother, she constantly is breaking my chops for grandchildren. Grandchildren, Mario, grandchildren. I'm like, Ma, I haven't even had sex yet, okay? Yeah, and then she asked me again, and I handed her one of my socks. Oh, I love it how everybody just went so quiet. They're all asking each other, what's a sock? What's a sock? I have a Italian family. Italians, they all chipped in for my birthday, my family, and got me a blow-up doll. Yeah, but she was too big for me. So I used her as a float in the pool. Thank God summer's coming. I could break out my bimbo again. That's great. I hate airports. Where's my world travelers? Any world travelers in the audience? I like that. Yeah, where do you travel to? The Boca Raton? New York and Boca? I can't stand the way people dress at the airports these days. I mean, they're wearing PJs, flip-flops, they have a donut around the neck. Right? I mean, come on. The one thing I can't stand is them wearing those Crocs. Where are the Croc wearers today? Oh, no, don't tell me you got Crocs on in the studio. Holy no. So I'm in the plane, and I see this 400-pound whale coming my way. And I go, dear Jesus, I know I'm a little bastard, but please don't let this fat bastard beach himself next to me. Folks, the guy sat down, and I flew up. And the powdered sugar off the donut made me look like I needed head and shoulders. Then I go to the bathroom, and you know what I find? Somebody's dentures. I am a kid from Brooklyn. I don't know how to mind my own business, so I grab those things, and I'm running up and down searching for that empty mouth to pop them back in. The one place I can't stand, and I think a lot of travelers hate, is baggage claim. How many people hate baggage claim? You guys hate the baggage claim. There's always one bag that just keeps going around and around and around, and you're like, come on already, take that bag. So I took the bag. Any Italians here? Yeah, the Italians? Nice. Yes, I like that. So during the quarantine, I did some crazy stunts. I became a drinker. Not excessively, but a little bit. So my mother, she locked the liquor cabinet. I drank her cooking sherry. Now she's cooking with cough syrup. Did you ever have chicken a la Robitussin? Delish. Yeah, no, I do have an old school Italian mother. Mustache and all. And everything comes down to 3 things. What time did you eat? When are you getting married? And when are you going to go get a job? A job? Me? I was like, Ma, I got a job. I'm a stand-up comedian. Yeah, she laughed. She said, ha, get the hell out of my house and go get a real job. So I told her, I think it's time I get an increase in my allowance. My mama says, folks, I'm made from the best stuff on earth. I said, Snapple, Ma. She said, no, stupid, your father's cannoli cream. Woo, yes. He's a baker. Relax, Staten Island, all right? I like that laugh. Yeah, she likes the cannolis. So I have a friend that compares his straight job to me doing comedy. My friend thinks all I got to do is come up here for 10 minutes and that's it. Bullshit. Number 1, you got to be born like this. Number 2, you need to go out there and do something stupid. And number 3, you got to get the balls to come up here and tell the stupid joke to you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. All he has to do is flick the switch on the projector at the movie theater every night. Guys, my name is Mario Bosco. What an honor to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Mario Bosco, and I got the young man sitting right here. What's up, pal?
What's going
on,
Johnny?
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Soft hands, huh?
Yeah, listen, you know how it is.
No construction hands.
I do construction, but I wear gloves.
Ooh, nice.
Use a lot of moisturizer.
Ooh.
You're a funny guy.
I like that.
Now, listen, you have a real interesting life story from hopeless to Hollywood. But before we get into all of that, you're from Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn born.
Acting for 25 years.
Actually, 38.
Okay, 38, really? Your bio says that. That's why I told you how to update it. Okay, 38 years. Before we get into the entertainment business, I want to talk about your health disorder that you were born with.
Yes.
Why don't you tell everybody, and me, myself, that don't really know too much about your history?
So I was born like any other baby, normal, 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Something went wrong just at the time when my mother's water broke. She had a little cold. It was January. It was cold out. It was snowy. And she had a little bit of a chill. And she asked the doctor for some kind of a Tylenol. Back then, there wasn't really Tylenol, so they gave her a cold medicine. Somehow, the cold medicine went down the wrong pipes. I guess the baby was already ready to developing to come out, to be born. It was in full motion. So when the pill went down the Fallopian tube, I guess they call it, or went down some tube, it went down my throat and it burned my pituitary gland.
Did you sue them over
No,
this?
no. My father always said, I got my boy home, and that's what made it happy.
God bless you. God bless. Yeah, right? And you went through a lot growing up, in and out of the hospitals, right?
Yeah, a lot of hospital visits, always hospitalizations, and it always happened Christmas Eve, Easter Sunday, New Year's Day. It always happened at that point of time, and it was like a clock, just bing, ready to, and back into the ER, back at the time, that it happened. Always an IV with a bag of what that time was a bottle of sugar water to bring my sugar levels up. And
so you pretty much had a hard time with this too, growing up, right? That
yeah.
You were growing up and you were stuck in a teenage body, as you were telling me, you were bullied.
Always bullied. Always bullied.
People
always
threw you down the stairs, you're saying?
Yeah, I was thrown down the stairs of James Madison High School because I knew Bill Cosby, and they wanted his phone number, and I wouldn't allow it.
That's unbelievable. And they threw you in garbage pans too, right?
Yeah, at the pool hall, I was thrown in a garbage pail, head down, feet up. There was only 2 legs, shaking back and forth. We accept things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I don't want to label anybody, but maybe somebody in Minnesota or Kansas or somewhere on a farm would not be able to handle that. But I guess because we have street smart, being from Brooklyn and being who we are, we shrug it off. And, I once did an interview with ABC's 2020, and she asked me, who did you go to? And I was like, go to who? I went to my uncle. He was a wise guy. We took care of it,
I like this kid.
I mean, who did I go to? He's like, oh, did you go see a therapist? Why would I go see a therapist for somebody to me in a garbage can? It's like, no.
Yeah, listen, you know what? You got big ones, kid. I give you a lot of credit. My father threw somebody in the garbage can when I was in Brooklyn. This guy, they used to call him Monkey Joe. And he used to pick on me all the time and chase me. And so my father grabbed him, but he was a big guy, threw him in the garbage can.
Wow.
But I can imagine that. But listen,
I say props to your dad because it's fighting for all the people that get bullied.
Listen, being from Brooklyn and growing up Italian, how was it growing up Italian the way that you had to grow up?
We grew up very strictly Italian. We grew up the way Italians grew up. You go to somebody's house, you don't touch nothing. This could look beautiful. This could be made out of diamond. Do not touch it. Don't go to their bedroom. Don't go to their refrigerator. Don't go there. Don't ask for nothing. If they offer, say thank you. And especially, don't go into the bedroom. It was sacred. I guess that's why I'm still a virgin.
You sick bastard. That's crazy. Now, listen, as time went on, in 1986, that's when your whole life changed.
Yeah.
So, take it over.
1986, there was a TV studio in Brooklyn, NBC studio, and they filmed a sitcom called The Cosby Show. I think my friend Gigi, she knows, because she came from that same area. And we, every time I would go around that area, I would see these people, and I didn't know who they were, but I knew who they were from TV, and I would see them around the neighborhood. And one day, walking down Avenue M, I think it was a hot July, and I was walking down Avenue M in East 14th Street, and a friend of mine, she had a milkshake all over herself, and I was like, what happened to you? Did an ice cream truck explode? What happened? And she's like, oh, I just bumped into Lisa Bonet from The Cosby Show, and I was like, Lisa Bonet, The Cosby Show? What are you talking about? Oh, they film it right here. So, I didn't get the guts to go there. I didn't get the cojones to go there right away. But I went the week after, and unfortunately, they weren't there. They were filming. They were on the hiatus. Went back the second week. Still on hiatus. The third week, I got to meet Bill Cosby. He had a gray jogging suit, a glass with coffee and milk, and a cigar. He put the cigar in his mouth, shook my hand, and changed my life.
And you had the guts to ask him to help you.
Yes. It was I think it was February of '87. He was outside. I had said the week before to Mary, the security, by now, we were as if we were family. I said, hey, if you see Mr. Cosby, like I owned the place, if you see Mr. Cosby, tell him I got to talk to him. This is a legend of entertainment, of comedians. He's a legend in Hollywood. I'm anxious to talk to him. And he goes, Mr. Cosby just said goodnight, Mario, and walked out. And I was like, damn. The week after, I showed up, and I got to, talk to him outside, and he said, if I meet your mother and father and they say it's okay, I'll help you.
And then rumor has it that right after that, you started going on auditions.
Auditions.
You started getting bit parts
He
in
hooked
all
me
these
up with
movies and TV
the
things
casting.
as a child actor, right?
Yeah, Mr. Cosby hooked me up with a lot of casting directors and agents, and I just started going out for auditions for bit parts and full roles and for kids' roles mostly. And, I did a movie called Dominic Eugene through the casting director. I worked on a bunch of NYU films it's a great experience.
Yeah, man, listen, that's all good, you know. And as time went on, you signed the contract, and you got your SAG card, correct?
Yeah, I got
and
my
then,
SAG card in '89. September of '89, I became a member of the Screen Actors Guild. I'm so proud. I'm happy to
so
be
what do you know, you're 15, 18 years old?
Thank you.
Oh, you're 18?
I was 16 years old when I got my SAG card. And my first movie was The Hard Way.
Yes.
With Michael J. Fox
Yep.
and James Woods. I was in a movie theater scene. It was a fantastic. I was a background, and finally, John Badham, who was the director of Saturday Night Fever, Brooklyn's own movie, and I was like, kept bothering him on set, and finally goes, I got something for you. And just as Michael J. Fox comes down with the movie theater curtain, ba-boom, I start clapping, eating popcorn, and it was fantastic.
That's great. And
I love your little slate, by the way. That little slate.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right? Not bad for, this is the dollar store set, I'd call it.
The dollar store set.
Yeah, or whatever fell off the back of a truck.
Ooh.
You know, for the post.
I could use a couple of things like this, like this hammer.
You like that, right?
Yes.
Well, this is for anyone who gets on the line, we hit them in the hand.
Nice.
This
Old
is that.
school style.
Joe Corsi picked this up and he went like this.
Oh, nice. Order in the Johnny P's court.
So now listen, NYPD.
Yes.
To the Jimmy Kimmel show. Tell us about Kimmel when you were with
Kimmel.
Denzel Washington. Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel. When you were with Denzel Washington.
So it was 9 years after I had joined the cast of NYPD Blue through a great, fantastic creator. He was an NYPD detective. His name is Bill Clark. And he was one of the executive producers, and he introduced me on set. He got a kick out of me because I kept talking to my mother in Italian, and he was stationed in Vietnam, in Italy. So he had learned learned how to speak Italian. So when we were talking, when I was on the phone with my mother, then he started talking with me. He introduces me to David Milch. David Milch was one of the top executive producers, and he put me on the show. And then 2009, I landed on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's an awesome thing.
Broke chops, got on, sat next to Denzel in the hot seat. But I gotta say, being on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live is fantastic, but nothing beats sitting here in the hot seat with Johnny P.
That's it, right? Let's hope God puts me in the in a better chair one day.
More comfortable chair?
Or I'll be in the electric chair. I'm telling you, it's going to be one or the other. Because that's where I'm going. But listen, we're running out of time, but I want to focus on, Mario came out with a book, and it was March 14, 2015. It was Hopeless to Hollywood.
From Hopeless to Hollywood.
From Hopeless to Hollywood. Take it over.
Yeah, the book was released July 15, 2015. It was a fantastic story written. It's a memoir of my life, based off, telling my story of what happened. For years, we were always on the hush and hush because we didn't want doctors to get in trouble. We didn't want stuff. They wanted me up for adoption as a baby and all kinds of craziness. So I felt it was time. I told my mother, I want to tell my story.
You went on a book tour with that. You went pretty much all over the United States with it, didn't you?
Yeah, I went all over. I went to Las Vegas, Los Angeles. I went to Florida. I went to Atlanta, Georgia, Washington, D.C. I am the kind of person that I don't stop till I get what I want.
That's good.
And you can't take that away from me because I don't say to myself, hey, I am this way and I need to get that, because that's not the way it works in life. But if you don't get up and get it, nobody's going to give it to you.
You don't play the pity card.
No.
Ain't that good for you, bro?
No pity card. You see me on doing stand-up. I am all over the comedy clubs of New York City, the comedy shop in the Village. You can see me there all the time playing this beautiful stage, Governor's Comedy Club. I'm always at Governor's Comedy Club.
Let me interrupt you before we wrap this up, because that's your time. What got you into comedy?
What got me in comedy real quick was a friend of mine. I didn't want to do it. She took me to a class. Teacher says, hey, the class is $400. I said, you could take a long walk off a short pier. He didn't want to budge. The girl goes, I'll bring it down to $340. I said, nah. She goes, I said, this and that, another 60 off, $280. I said, I'm SAG, $220. I said, you got yourself a deal? And it changed my life.
Good for you.
First time I was on stage, I bought this piece like this, and I had it in my ear like production has here, and they have it. And I had told my friend to call my phone, and I was going to read. She was going to read me my jokes, and I was going to tell it to the audience, and that would have been it. And she ratted me out to the teacher. And I'm now very happy about it because I'm having an amazing time going from stage to stage telling my amazing jokes.
Listen, I would love to have you here all day. We're definitely going to have you back. Where can people find you on the internet?
Mario Bosco Comedy, Instagram, TikTok. My website is marioboscocomedy.com. You can find me Facebook. You can find me anywhere. Or you can find me here with Johnny P.
That's it. Don't forget, he was on the Johnny P show way after he was on Jimmy Kimmel. Mario, come back anytime. Everybody, Mario Bosco. All right, buddy. Yeah. All right. Order. Now I got to pee. All right. My next guest up tonight is one of the nicest guys in the business. We know him all from his recurring role on The Sopranos as Bert Gervasi. He's a dear friend of mine, so let's give it up for the one and only actor, Artie Pasquale. My man.
Johnny P.
In the flesh.
I made it to the Johnny P show. You got a new rug for me and everything. Really nice. This is good.
Yeah, we're going to roll you in that thing.
We got plants. Look at this. We got plants. We got everything going. Do you water these things?
They're fake.
Oh, they're fake? Oh,
they're fake like me.
No, you're the real deal. Let me tell you. I mean that sincerely.
I know, you are. You're one of my biggest, you're like consigliere.
I was waiting to come on. I took a nice nap. It was good.
Good. Yeah, we had a couple of technical difficulties tonight, but
it's always a pleasure.
Thank you. So listen, Artie, it's been a while since you've been here, but I see you all the time. We always see each other.
Yeah. We seem to be in the right places at the right time, or maybe the wrong places.
Yeah, that too. I was robbing a safe, and all of a sudden I see Artie with his guys behind me. I'm like, Artie, what are you doing here?
No, that wasn't me. I maybe sent you there, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, you're right. Now, me and Artie run into each other like Eddie Testa, right? And Bob Poland.
These are rock and roll bands that we both seem to follow.
Yeah, it's all the same circle. But last time you were here was actually, it's hard to even say because you were here a lot before. It was September 24th, 2015.
Really?
And that's 7 years ago.
It was the same set, too, I think.
No, different chairs. Everything was different. Same studio.
No.
Actually.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Well, COVID took place.
Yeah, that's what killed us.
And a lot of things have happened, since. As a matter of fact, speaking of The Sopranos, if you don't mind me just...
No, good.
It's like a rejuvenated. One good thing, if something came out of COVID, besides everybody's getting a dog now, I think. I don't know, during COVID, there were so many depressed people. But a lot of people watching The Sopranos again.
Yes.
And young people that weren't allowed to watch it were old enough to watch it. And some people who just came on board, so it got rejuvenated,
Yes.
Really, it's even now, it's being played all over.
It's great. I mean, I can't get enough of The Sopranos. It's going to go down in history.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was very lucky. A lot of other people didn't have the opportunity, and it's helped me a lot since then.
And you had the pleasure to work with James Gandolfini and knowing James.
Yeah, wonderful guy, wonderful guy. I was a minor player, but he always concerned about my family, how the kids doing. My grandkids. Yeah, great guy.
Now, while we're on the topic of The Sopranos, as time went on, years later, you were involved with the Soprano Con, correct?
Yeah.
How was it for you? You had a good time?
It was great. I don't know if any of your audience went there. Soprano Con was...
yeah.
It was tremendous. It was, I don't even know how many, a couple of
years
ago, a few years ago.
Almost 30,000 people there.
I mean, there were people that came, I was signing pictures, and somebody came up to me and I said, thank you very much for asking to sign a picture. Where are you from? He goes, the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Another guy comes up, he says he was from another country, foreign countries.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was walking down Mulberry Street, a guy tapped me on the shoulder, and I was startled, turn around, who is this guy? And in a Norwegian accent, I can't do a Norwegian accent. It always comes out like I'm Hispanic or something. But he says, "You're Bert Gervasi. Silvio strangled you, huh?" The guy was from Norway. Yeah. So it's unbelievable. I mean, people ask me even recently, "How's Spencer doing?" Now, does anybody here know who Spencer was? Spencer was the dog I had on The Sopranos. I mean, come on.
Well, Sopranos is like a show, like every face is recognizable.
Yeah. Well, recognizable in a sense where that was, besides the writing, you never had any pretty faces on The Sopranos, like George Clooney type of that. They were like regular-looking guys that you bump into every day.
Yeah.
And they were able to meld us together, and the rest is history, you know.
I mean, the ensemble of characters on there was great.
Oh, yeah. There were probably 10 other guys that could be just like them, you know. They were all over the place. But they were good actors, you know.
No, they were great.
They were good actors.
They were all characters in their own right, but they were great actors. Now listen, Artie, since you've been here, you've been doing a lot of stuff. So we're going to play a little bit of a catch-up, even though some of the stuff might be a couple of years old, for people that doesn't know. So talk about some of the stuff. I know one of them that brings me to mind before you could take over, you know more what you did, is The Brooklyn Banker.
Yeah, that was a good film. That was a pretty good film. Matter of fact, it was directed by Federico Castelluccio, who played Furio on The Sopranos, you know, the fellow with the ponytail.
Yeah.
He was directed by him, and Paul Sorvino, God rest his soul, he was in it.
John Bianco.
John Bianco, Arthur Nascarella.
That was a great show.
And as a matter of fact, the lead in that film, most people don't know, was Jane Fonda's son, Troy Garrity, his name was. And David Preval, who I've become very friendly with.
David's great.
Tremendous actor, great actor. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good film. Yeah, it's around.
So you got a bunch of stuff here. I got the list over here. I mean, you know better in order. I want to know about Family Feuds. I want to see that.
Yeah, that's kind of a wackadoo movie.
That's what a lot of our friends are in that, right?
Yeah, I mean, a million guys have cameos. It's about a bunch of mobsters that go up into, they're trying to put a body up in the hills of New England, you know, bury a body. They bump into these hillbillies, and there's this confrontation between the hillbillies and the gangster type guys. You know, it's funny, but you know, it was good. It was good.
What else you got here? You got a lot of stuff. Camp Joy, Eric Roberts, Al Sapienza.
Yeah, that's when I did that up in Saranac Lake, way up in. I had never been up to upstate New York, that far up. It's like a few miles from Canada. In the last few years, I've done probably, you know, five or six independent films. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not Academy Award winners, you know, but it's a pleasure being asked to do them. You do it, and you hope that it's a good production, and you go from there, you know.
Now, what I want to know is current now. It's going to be coming out very soon. Is Mob King.
Mob King's getting a lot of publicity. We shot that in Florida. A lot of good actors in that. It's going to be, I think it's May 26th. I think it hits there's a premiere, I think, in New York, in California, in Florida.
I know when I talked to Sierra, he's saying something is going to be going on demand eventually.
Yeah, he's got it going all over the place. Initially, I was apprehensive about it, you know, didn't know too much about it. And then once I got into it and learned about the people that were involved in it and putting it together, it became a really good production, you know, very good.
Well, you know what? I got a surprise for you. I actually got the trailer here of Mob King.
Oh, you do?
You want to see it? You guys want to see it? Yeah. All right, Kenny, roll Mob King.
We made an oath. You know what that means.
Salute.
All those years away from his family. For what? So that when we need real protection, it's all blank stares?
All we got right now is us.
Do you really think he's gonna keep looking for you after this?
The old Dons would never let a violation like this go unpunished.
There's been some serious mishaps leading to bad business.
But I want you to find him. I gotta do what I gotta do. And you gotta do what you gotta do.
You want to be a better husband? You want to be a better father? Then you get them back to life that you and Mia worked so hard for.
We live by it. We work by it. And not anything or anyone
and break it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful, you know.
Who's the writer and the director? Ciro?
Ciro, and a couple of other guys, and directed by this fellow named Yokes. It was well. I thought it was well done, you know.
And you guys had to go to Florida to do that, right?
Yeah, which is nice. You know, we had a little downtime, but it's going to be a pretty good film, I think. You know. Well, I also want to give a shout out before I forget.
Do whatever you want.
I got some friends here. I'm doing this web series called Gavon's
Oh.
Produce.
I heard about
Chris and Silvana, they're here. If you ever want to go on YouTube, check out Gavon's Produce. It's a fun thing. Check it out.
All right, so Artie, what else?
We got Ana Ziono, she's here. She's an actress from Brazil.
Anything that you're not telling us? Anything
well,
good?
Hopefully I'm going to be around for a few
You're going to be here a long
10
time.
years and maybe for a few years. You know, at this stage I worry about my health. You know, that's most important. And my kids and my grandkids. But if you're healthy, you know.
They say a rich man is a healthy man, right?
That's true. But I've been lucky. I've been a lucky guy. And once again, The Sopranos helped me. And I go to a number of events for The Sopranos.
That's what I was going to ask you, too, before we go. With these Soprano events, you got all the fellas that go. Danny Grimaldi, all these guys talk about that.
Yeah, Danny Grimaldi's a close friend. I see a lot of the guys, you know, Tony Darrow and Vinny Pastore and those guys. And a lot of these events are fundraising events.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have no problem with that. You know, I don't want any money or anything like that. I consider myself lucky. People ask me, I just politely say thank you very much. If you need me, I'll be there. You know, some guys, you know, they prefer to be wanting to be paid. Maybe some. I don't really, you know, like I'm getting big bucks for this show.
Yeah, listen, you know the deal.
I can't tell these people when I'm getting paid for this one.
You get IOU.
All I know is I took advantage of the ziti and the chicken.
There's Tupperwares
I took
out
a couple
there, too.
extra rolls though. I hope nobody's keeping tabs on me.
You got Tupperwares out there. You can take a couple of dishes home with you. So if anyone want to find you on social media, Artie, where can they get you?
Well, I'm trying to get rid of a few people, to be honest with you. You know, I'm on Facebook, okay? I'm not even on Instagram. You know, I was originally, but
Instagram is good.
But too much information for too many people that you probably don't even want to, you know, have your personal life involved with. But
Instagram's a little more low-key, believe it or not, than Facebook because you're only putting up a picture, you know?
Yeah. Well, what I do on Facebook? I get like, I don't know, 5,000 friends or whatever. But if you ask me to be a friend, I'll check who you're friendly with.
Yeah.
And if most of the people are pretty nice, you know, I say, yeah, Johnny's a good guy, so I'll accept. But then it causes another problem because they want to respond, go back and forth. Hey, it's
a
good.
different world for you with this stuff. Believe me, we got adapted into it. But I mean, if I had my choice, I like the old days better.
Well, the old days are good for some things, and
you
know, the phone, you can't do much unless you have a phone now, and it's you can't do anything wrong. That's for sure. There's always somebody watching you. You know.
Everybody's watching you.
You can do a movie, but it's always a pleasure being here. He's a great guy. He's one of the real guys. You know, there's a lot of BS in this business.
Thank you, Artie.
Yeah.
Artie always comes to my defense. I mean, and more of the actors and the entertainers should be more like Artie, humble, just grateful to be here, and he doesn't like the drama. So everybody, Artie Pasquale. Yeah. All right.
You know, one thing you don't know about Johnny Potenza is maybe the biggest Kiss, the group Kiss fan in the country.
I don't say that. Everyone says that.
Well, tell the truth. I went downstairs in his basement in his house. There was Kiss all over the place. Kiss, 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 Kiss. I thought I was in the wrong place. But he's an avid Kiss fan, and he's a good drummer as well.
Thank you, sir.
Well, he tells me he's a good drummer.
Put it this way, there's millions of Kiss fans. I got a lot of stuff, but I don't got a lot of stuff like what real people have. But I've been collecting it since I'm a kid, that's why. So it's all in my office and stuff. But there's a lot more crazy Kiss fans than me.
I don't know about that.
There are. Kiss is, a lot of cool stuff. So, all right, everybody. Artie Pasquale.
Thank you very much.
For our musical act tonight, As I said, he took a long trip from the other side of the island just to get here. He's an Elvis Presley tribute artist. Let's give him a warm, up-late welcome for Richie Santa.
Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of the lonely street. That's Heartburn Motel, where I'll be. I'll be so lonely, baby. I'll be so lonely. I'll be so lonely I could die. Although it's always crowded, you still can find some room for broken-hearted lovers to cry their way to gloom. Where I'll be so lonely, baby. I'll be so lonely. I'll be so lonely I could die. All right, baby. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, cracking all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, sniffing at my door. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Don't get excited. I'm all shook up, hey, hey, hey. Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up, yeah, yeah. Well, my hands are shaky and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think of when you have such a luck? I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I feel fine when I meet a girl that I love best. My heart scares me to death as she touched my hand. What a chill I got. Her lips are like a volcano that's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm all shook up. Thank you very much. Well, all the songs I'm going to sing tonight are from the 68 Comeback Special. It's a beautiful song called Memories. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweetened through the ages just like wine. Quiet thoughts come floating down and settle softly to the ground like gold of autumn leaves around my feet. I touch them and they burst apart with sweet memories. Sweet memories of holding hands in red bouquets and twilights trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes and simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories press between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Memories, sweet memories of holding hands in red bouquets and twilights trimmed in purple haze, laughing eyes and simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories press between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Memories, sweet memories, sweet memories, sweet memories. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Richie Santa, I got the man right here. What's up, Richie?
How are you, Johnny P?
What's going on, my brother?
Good to see you.
Doing all right, doing all right.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We've known each other since 1951.
A long time. Well, maybe you. I was not even around at that time.
We've been working on getting a date to make this happen.
For years.
For years.
When we first initialed this was when your buddy, because you're friends with Andrew Dice Clay, right?
That's true, yes.
And Andrew Dice Clay was on the island at Barnes & Noble signing his book.
Right,
And I saw
right.
Richie there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Richie, introduce me to him. And he goes, yeah, okay, you got to wait a little while. And then Andrew Dice Clay is like, oh, who is this guy?
Hey, get him out of my face.
Yeah. But he was cool.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man? You're playing all over the place. You're back in action. You look great.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, about 14 and a half years ago, I decided to just do Elvis strictly. Mm-hmm. And it's my true passion. I've been enjoying a great career. Yeah. It's the best thing I've ever done.
I love Elvis Presley, man.
I know, you were telling me.
I do.
Yeah.
I became an Elvis fan like in my 20s, though, but I went deep into like the background of Elvis, more the B-side stuff,
right.
Getting away from the
right.
commercial stuff. But he had a lot of great rhythm and blues.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. He could do it all. There's no doubt about it.
Now, whatever you actually portraying right now, is that the '69 comeback or '68 comeback? Or no.
No, actually, this is what he would wear. The guys in the business, we kind of called this like Elvis casual.
Okay.
This is what Elvis would walk around with every day. He didn't wear jeans. He very rarely dressed down. He always liked to be as flashy as possible. So you'll see him in pictures. He wear. This is called a puffy shirt. A puffy shirt. This is the floral puffy shirt, and the attendance belt and skin tight pants and no pockets.
No pockets.
No pockets.
Oh wow. You can tell you're
I got
Italian then, right? Now, where do you get your jumpsuits from? Because you got a lot of jumpsuits.
Yes, I do. I get them from there are a lot of companies out there that provide Elvis clothes for all tribute artists. But I get mine from a company called Pro Elvis Jumpsuits, and they're based out of Canada.
Oh, really? And I'm sure they have to be costly, right?
Yeah. So, I don't have a house. I live in a refrigerator box, but I have a lot of jumpsuits.
Well, listen, you got to play the part. You got to do what you got to do.
You have to do it right. If I get a suit that is obviously from a party store, like a plastic suit from Party City, you have to go. If you're going to do it, you have to do it right. That's how I feel.
Like they were talking before about Kiss. Like you go into the Halloween store, you get a baloney one.
Yeah.
But if you're going to spend a lot of money, you get a real Kiss suit.
Right.
It all depends on how you put your makeup on.
Right.
Right?
Right. If you're going to portray Kiss, you have to do it right, or you're going to be laughed off the stage.
You know, Gene and Paul were big Elvis Presley fans. Oh, actually, all of them loved Elvis.
Every artist that came after him loved him. You know, Bruce Springsteen, they all give him, Paul McCartney, the Beatles. They
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
I love the story with Robert Plant.
Yeah.
And Elvis wanted to meet Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And then they both wanted to meet each other. Then Elvis invited them to one of the shows. And
to the Garden.
That's where it was, the Garden?
Yeah. He invited, I think, Jimmy Page and Robert Plant to the Garden. And they went back after the show and they hung out with Elvis. And
so you notice,
and they loved him.
Supposedly, I don't know I forget, but one of them, I think one of them sang, I think it was Robert Plant sang something to Elvis, Elvis song. So then when Elvis was leaving, Elvis started singing the other part of it, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think it was Love Me.
Love Me.
Treat me like a fool.
Yeah.
He said, Robert, and Robert turned around and treat me. He sang it to Robert, and Robert sang a little bit back to him.
See, Elvis had a glow about him, this aura about him.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's...
Yeah, Kathy Westmoreland, who was the woman that sang all of the high parts in his group, and she said that when Elvis came out on stage, he had such a charisma about him that no other artist has matched it. And she's worked with lots of artists, lots of famous people. They have it to a small degree, but Elvis had it in spades. As soon as he walked out, he had you.
Good-looking guy.
Great-looking guy,
Great voice. I mean, in my opinion, with you two, I'll ask you this. I mean, pretty much what killed him, I think, was the Hollywood contracts and all the movies that he did, right?
Yeah, he didn't want to do them. He didn't really get the roles that he wanted. He wanted to be a serious actor, but in the early days when he did the movie Loving You and King Creole, those were kind of a great start for him. Love Me Tender.
Yeah.
But when he got into the 60s, it was the
that
same
bubblegum,
recycled stuff over and over again. And he couldn't wait to get out of the contracts.
I think if they would have did about 3 to 5 years with that, he got right out of that. But once he came out with that 68 special, it was great.
Right.
You know, but it's a shame that he died the way he did and at such an early age. And how old would Elvis be right now?
88.
88. Imagine that. Imagine all the music that he could have, right?
Well, you know, in his 24 years, I mean, I think he first came out in like 1954 when he first started to get some notoriety, and he died in 77. So he didn't really have that many years. But what he accomplished in that time, there's no artist that sold as many records as him.
No.
He sold over 1 billion albums.
Now, what about the movie that came out, Elvis? How much of that you think was true? About 80%?
Well, listen, who am I or anybody else to say what's true and what's not true? We only know what we read and what we hear.
And there's a lot of
Priscilla and Lisa Marie were involved with that film, so they know what really happened. I know a couple of things in that movie that didn't really happen, so Hollywood tends to sensationalize anyway.
Anything.
But that really helped Elvis get back into the spotlight too.
Yeah, well, that International Hotel, that was great.
Yeah.
Do you? I'm sure you do. You got the box set of all 16 shows. That's really good.
Yeah. I think he was at his best when he got done with the '68 comeback. He was really excited about performing again. He didn't really have to worry about the movies anymore. He could focus on just his music. And it showed in the early years. He was lean, he was fit, he was excited to be on stage, and it showed.
And it was only a matter of a couple of years until he put the weight on, which was like, like what happened? Like, I mean, Hawaii was great.
That was 1973.
If you could have just stayed like that, just a mature-looking guy, but still, like a 40-year-old man now, when our fathers, and say Elvis was at 40, they looked like they were 60.
Right.
It was just the way it was.
Right.
Like my father at 30 looked like he was 50. Yeah, just that's how you looked back then.
Right.
You know, I guess it wasn't that many face creams or nothing like that. I don't know what it is.
Oil of Olay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it was. You know, so. But what's your plans for the future? I know you do you do mini tours or you just go out on the road?
Both. I have some shows coming up. I'll be in Ohio in June. I will be at the Savannah Center in the Villages in April 27th. And I do local stuff. I'll be on Staten Island at a place called Nino's. I'll be at the Old Bermuda Inn.
Nino's is good.
Nino's. I'll be back there. I have a show there April 14th, but then I'm going to be back there again June 14th.
Now, what is it? Is it a dinner show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and a young singer by the name of Charlie Romo.
Oh, yeah, Charlie. Good kid.
Good kid, great singer, very nice guy.
Yeah.
And I've been doing, this will be my third show with Charlie, and it's been going very well. And what can you say? Loving every minute of it.
Hey, listen, life is short.
It is.
If you don't have any fun, you know, what's worth living for?
You have to find your passion and just go for it.
Yeah. Even if it's playing pool, right?
If it's playing pool, then become a pool player.
Now let me ask you before you go. We got a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna wrap this up. How many Elvis tribute acts do you think on the top of your head that are around? Thousands? Hundreds?
Worldwide, there's 200,000.
Get out of here, yeah?
Yeah.
Whether they're good or bad.
There's no rule that says you can't do it.
Yeah, whether you're fugazi or not.
Exactly. And I've seen all kinds.
Yeah.
I've seen a guy, with no legs doing Elvis. I've seen Japanese Elvis, women Elvis, all black Elvis.
That's great.
Everybody wants to be Elvis. You want to be Elvis?
Yeah.
Come over to my house, try on a jumpsuit.
Yeah, me. Forget about it. Yeah. There's only one Elvis Presley. But so, Richie, where can people find you on social media?
Well, I think the best way to reach me, I'm on Facebook. I'm on that the most. I have 3 Facebook accounts.
Okay.
So just put my name in. I should come up.
Okay.
You should be able to find me. But my website's the best way to check out my schedule. It's just www.richie, R-I-C-H-I-E, Santa, S-A-N-T-A.com.
Good. Well, listen, I wish you all the best. And
thank you.
I'd like to have you back on in the future.
Let's do it. How about next show?
Anytime you want, buddy.
I'll be here. I'll be in the audience.
All right, everybody. Richie Santa. Yeah. All right. Well, it's about that time we got to say goodbye and goodnight. And I'd like to thank all our guests, our studio audience, my staff for coming out to the show. We'd like to thank Paulie from Nucci's Restaurant for supplying us with all the food you guys ate. If you want to find out any information about the show or to be a member of the studio audience, just go to www.johnnyptv.com. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Is that enough? Well, everybody, I'm Johnny Potenza. Have a safe trip. Have a happy Easter. Good night. Yeah.